The SMU District Leadership Fellows programs helps committed school district leaders have greater impact today. In this interview, one of our graduates, Dr. Michelle Cline, describes how she used the program to create an impact model that guided her school district to success. I wonder if you could just sort of start by sort of telling me who you are and sort of what your role is.
So my name is Michelle Cline, and I'm the superintendent at Throckmorton Collegiate ISD in rural West Texas.
I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about what your experience was like creating the impact model, sort of thinking through it in the beginning and how it helped you.
I had a model in my head. I had a vision for our district that I wanted our kids to graduate with at least 90% with an associate's degree in their hand and an industry recognized certification. When you want to explain how you're going to get there or explain it to your school board how you're going to get there, you really have to think about all of the things that are going to contribute to getting to that goal. You have to analyze every single step along the way. And it also helps you think about, well, what's going to help us get there, because we don't need any extra. And we got there faster. We were able to get there in 2 years, and I contribute that model with just keeping us focused and determined and driven.
You had to sort of think through your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities and threats. What was the process like actually having to sort of enumerate them?
So, one of the strengths that we had is that we did have a couple of universities willing to work with us. And at first it was like, who is going to work with us? We're so far from anybody. But once we listed that as a weakness, it became a strength, because we went to calling other universities and they hopped on the bandwagon because they're like, yes, we would love to help y'all get to that goal. It made our lens in which we were looking at the problem completely different. It helped us reframe our thinking. It can be done.
You were able to identify some high leverage things. What does that mean? And what were those?
So we got to looking at a program called AVID, which is Advancement via Individual Determination. So they had all of these activities underneath the umbrella AVID that they taught our teachers, and in turn, our teachers were able to teach our students.
Okay.
So that way we could make a bigger impact.
Great. One of the things that we talk about in the program is about acting on the lead measures, that often if we sort of look at outcomes, they're too late to make much change. Do you remember some of the lead measures that you were measuring and monitoring as you went through it?
One of those lead measures we were doing is our number of walkthroughs in the classroom, just so that we could monitor to make sure that those AVID strategies were being taught and that those soft skills were being taught. The principal and I, we're the main two leaders on the campus. We're small and rural, so we make up the leadership team. And so she and I would meet monthly to review that data.
So I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about what your data tracker was. Sometimes it's called a scorecard.
Yes, that's what we called it, was a scorecard. So not only were the administrators doing walkthroughs, but we had our teachers doing walkthroughs. And so we implemented what we called Harvard instructional rounds. And so the teachers would go to each other's classes and look for, what AVID strategies are you seeing? What levels of questioning are you seeing? We would put up the correlations that we're seeing from everybody. No names were given, so they felt safe. We listed just the trends and patterns that we saw. And from there, we were able to identify, okay, this is one of our problems of practice. So we had goals. We wanted 80% or higher in all of our tracking measures. And so when they saw red or yellow instead of green, they're highly competitive. So they would say, oh, we need to move that up to red. And so they took ownership in it, and it made a huge difference.
Good. Your large goal, which was about making your students prepared for college and then also employable, I imagine that's going to take a longer time to come out to sort of see how that is affected.
For the long term, yes, we are already seeing our kids graduate with college degrees. This year's cohort, we started with them as freshmen. They're seniors now, and they are 100% on track to get their college degree in the spring. And so our work with this impact model has really kept us focused so that we're able to get them there.
Learn more and secure your spot in the new cohort at smu.edu/ILI.